tradition, but today, yes, we are doing things a little different. I'm taking it on a Valentine's dinner for two. I'm gonna have a nice dessert with squash and vanilla ice cream. I'm gonna make a nice entree, which is steak, shrimp, and potatoes. And for appetizer, I am making stuffed shrimp. So come on, let's go. Come on. Tell a friend to log on. Fellas, get ready. Ladies, take notes. I want you to jot down these ingredients. Go get your pen, go get your paper, and sit down. Go get a glass of wine, because we are cooking it up. Valentine's dinner for two tonight. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to start with my squash, because my squash is going to be in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. All right, so I cut up some squash, butternut squash. Cut it in fine pieces, little tiny pieces, and you make sure that you try to cut it evenly pieces. Why? Because you want everything to cook at the same time, right? Okay, so we got the butternut squash. We're gonna put it right onto my pan. I have my brown sugar. I have about 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. You're just gonna pour it right up on that squash. I have some cinnamon. We're gonna do like a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. All right, a little bit of nutmeg, just a little bit. Nutmeg is really strong. And then you wanna do about a teaspoon of vanilla. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. Guys, if you haven't tried, ooh, I did a little bit more, so what? If you haven't tried butternut squash like this, please go do so. It's really, really good, and it's healthy. And you're putting brown sugar, cinnamon, vanilla, mixing it all up. We're gonna pop it in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. And we are also going to add, we're also going to add this vanilla almond butter to my butternut squash. It's vanilla almond butter. It's a packet. We're gonna throw it right in there. Look, this is the butternut squash. I'm popping it in the oven. All right, for about maybe 30 to 35 minutes. So I'm going to season my steak so that way I can put my steak on the side for a couple of minutes while all the seasonings are marinating. We got some nice thick steak. I have this steak here. I'm gonna pound my steak. I have about maybe 6 pieces of steak. So I'm just going to pound my steak out. So I got some six thick, nice pieces on here. We're gonna get a rub going, and guess what we're gonna do, guys? We're going to pop it in the air fryer. Yes, we are going to make nice, juicy, thick steak, and we're popping it in the air fryer. So let's start seasoning. I have my Larry's. We can't go wrong with Larry's. About 2 teaspoons of Larry's. Again, we're not gonna go too crazy, but sorry. I'm not gonna go too crazy with the seasoning, but I'm gonna season my steak well. It like despises me when I see somebody cooking steak and all they put is salt and pepper. I don't know. I like my steak well seasoned, just like I was to season my ribs or my chicken or whatever the case may be. So this is oregano. Have some oregano. Okay, of course, adobo. Right? We're gonna do 1 pack of sazzon. Some bay leaves. I'm sorry, this is basil. Basil. Okay. We have some basil here, and we are going to put some garlic. All right, so this is my rub. I'm gonna just mix it on up. And we are just going to add this to our steak. Make sure you get both sides. Okay, so we're gonna put it in a bowl. We're gonna put this in the bowl. We're gonna dump all that other seasonings right up in there. Dump all that seasoning. Let's not let that seasoning go to waste. And then I'm going to get a lime, cut it in half, and we're just going to put a half a lime in this bowl here. Okay, and we're just going to mix that right on up. Okay, so that's going to sit there. I'm going to let it sit for a couple of minutes. All right, going to let it sit, marinate for a couple minutes, and we're going to go on to the next step, which is our stuffed shrimp. So I'm going to put this to the side. All right, so next step is our shrimp. So we have some mayo in our bowl here. All right, I'm going to cut a lemon. Okay, so a half of lemon. We have some mayo here. I'm going to do a teaspoon of Worcestershire salt. I hate saying that. A teaspoon or two. Okay. Then we're going to do some spicy mustard, some spicy brown mustard. So I'm going to do about a teaspoon or two of spicy brown mustard. All right. And then we are going to add in a little bit of Old Bay. About a teaspoon of Old Bay. Okay. And a little bit of garlic salt. All right. And we're going to mix that on up. This is going to be our stuffing mix for our crab meat. Of course, I'm going to taste before I put my crab. That tastes good. Very good. I don't have to add no salt or nothing. All right, so you get a little knife, and we're just going to break the crab up just a little bit. All right, and we're going to dump it. This is the crab meat. All right. So when we mix up this, when we mix up the crab, we don't want to like break the crab up. We like it to be in these like big chunky pieces. So we're just going to fold the sauce that I made right into it. We're just folding it right into it. Okay, so then we're going to add our breadcrumbs, regular Italian breadcrumbs. And we're going to do, let's just say about maybe 3/4 of breadcrumbs. Let's see if we need more. If we need more, we'll put in more. All right. All right, and we're folding it. All right, this is pretty much done. I'm going to put it to the side. I'm going to get my shrimp. Okay. All right, so we're going to just add these shrimps. Okay, you see how they're medium. We gutted it out. We cut it. We're leaving the tail on. I'm going to do half stuffed and half with garlic and butter. Remember, preheat your air fryer. All right, so we have our shrimp. We're going to dry our shrimp. We got this napkin and we're just going to dry our shrimp. All right. We don't need to do too much with the shrimp because we have the stuffing, remember? So we're just going to put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of Old Bay. Where is it? Right here. Old Bay season. Anybody, you guys could do Cajun. You guys could do any seasons you want, right? All right, nothing crazy. So we're going to get our pan. We got our pan. We're going to spray it. We have our oven preheated, 350 degrees. All right, and we are going to just pop in our shrimp just like this. With the tail up. So I'm going to put all the ones down with the tail up so you guys can see what I am doing. All right, so with this, let's see how we're going to stuff it. All right, so you take a little bowl. And I'm just going to put it right into the shrimp. I'm going to show you guys. Bear with me. Make a little bowl. A little ball. And you're going to pop it right into the middle of the shrimp. You are going to get dirty. You're going to get messy, but it's going to be so good. Remember you're going to put this side down. And you're going to stuff the inner pocket of the shrimp. You put the shells down so that way it stays in place. And these are all my stuffed shrimp. Now I'm going to take some lemon that I cut up. This is the lemon that I cut up earlier. And I'm just going to stuff these lemons right on the sides. Just give it a little bit more extra flavor. Just pour this on top, the juice. I'm going to melt my butter. All right, so my air fryer is preheated. I'm going to spray my air fryer. Make sure you spray it on the bottom all around. And I'm going to pop in my steak. Uy, coño. Popping it in. All right. I'm doing 12 minutes. We're going to stop in between to flip them and check them. My butter is melted. I'm going to put in a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of my bay seasoning. I'm going to mix this on up. And we're just going to drizzle a little bit of that butter right onto that shrimp. Perfect. And I'm popping this in the oven for about 15 minutes. All right, that's it. That's done. So we have the rest of this shrimp. We're going to season it real quick so that way it's like marinating. So we're going to put chopped red pepper flakes. Just going to throw that right on in there. Normally you could do your tasting. I don't like a lot of spicy, so I only put 1 teaspoon. All right, I'm putting in a little bit of paprika. Just a little tiny bit. And we're going to do Old Bay. And we're doing Mrs. Dash. All right, so we're gonna mix this up. All right, so we seasoned our shrimp. We're gonna let that marinate. We'll put it to the side. Okay, now we're going to start on with our sauce for our stuffed salmon. Lord Jesus, for our stuffed shrimp. So our sauce is going to be a little bit of mayonnaise, which I have in here already. Just a little bit of mayonnaise. We're going to put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, we're going to add in some minced garlic. All right, I gotta get ketchup. Throw some ketchup in there. Okay, so we have mayonnaise, garlic, ketchup, and this W sauce. So this is our sauce for our stuffed shrimp. I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. Perfect. I'm gonna mix it on up again. And that is our sauce for our shrimp. All right, we're gonna put that to the side. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. We gotta get our potatoes. We're gonna drain our potatoes. We're gonna thin them, we're gonna slice them thin, and then we're gonna pop them in a pan. Oh, look at how beautiful this steak looks. We're just going to turn our steak around. Oh my goodness. I'm letting you guys know the air fryer is amazing with steak. It caramelizes it. It just gives it this nice texture that you're looking for. Perfect. All right. So we're going to pop it right back in. I'm going to throw on a little bit of this butter that I have here. It's butter with garlic and herbs. I'm just going to mix it up with my hands. I'm just going to throw it right on top of there. It don't matter. It's going to get on there. Perfect. Wash my hands. And then we're also going to put a little bit of this garlic, this butter garlic that I made. I'm just going to dip it right up in there. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait. All right, so we're popping the steak back in. Okay, perfect, done. We have our butternut squash in here. We have our stuffed shrimp. Now we're going to work on our potatoes. I boiled some red potatoes and white potatoes, and I'm just cutting them thin. All right, so we're going to get our onions that I cut up earlier. We're gonna add that to the pan. Okay, and we're going to saute these onions for about a minute or two, and then we're going to add our potatoes. I have my potatoes here that I cut up nicely thin. I have white potatoes and brown potatoes, and we're just gonna pop them up in the pan. All right, so we got our steak. Oh, Jesus. Look at how beautiful this steak looks, guys. The steak looks amazing. I'm gonna put it on a nice tray. I'm gonna top it. You wanna cover your steak until you're ready to serve it. So that way all the juices stay inside the steak, guys. How beautiful that looks. Alright, we're gonna pour a little bit of this juice, okay? Yes, me. Alright, let's check on our shrimp. Ooh, our shrimp looks amazing. I'm gonna take it out. This is our stuffed shrimp. Where is the Mayo? Just gonna drizzle a little bit more butter, and then I'm gonna pop it in there for about another minute or two. Okay, so we have one more thing to cook, which is our shrimp. All right, so we got our pan, in the same pan that the potatoes were in. We're gonna put some butter, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of olive oil, and we are just going to throw our shrimp that we made in here, that we seasoned earlier. We're gonna just throw the shrimp right on in. For our shrimp, 7 minutes the most. 7 minutes the most. After that, it's gonna taste rubbery, and we don't want that. All right, so we're just turning our shrimp. We're gonna make sure that our shrimp is cooking on both sides. Okay, so we're going to add to our pan that we have our shrimp in. We're gonna add some garlic, and we're gonna add just more butter. And then we're gonna add, not a lot, just a little tiny pinch of wine. All right, so this is the appetizer. This is the dip that we made. We're gonna dip it on, and we're gonna bring it down, right? Bring it down. All right. Okay, our shrimp is done. So this is our appetizer, guys. So, look how beautiful. Throw some lime on there. Some lemon. Our stuffed shrimp. Very nice, very good. I'm gonna take one and I'm gonna dive in. I'm super excited. I know it's really, really hot. Oh my God, I'm gonna go. Guys. All right, so I'm doing a 3-course meal. So this was our appetizer. We had stuffed shrimp. Amazing. All right, that's our appetizer. We're gonna go on to the next, and we are going to plate for our meal of the day, our nice Valentine's meal. We have our shrimp. We have our steak. And I'm gonna get yours. And then, hold on. All right, so we give a little drizzle of the parsley. Look at how beautiful that is. Less than 60 minutes. You have your Valentine dinner, a nice steak, some nice shrimp. You have your potatoes, roasted potatoes. I'm going to dive in. Here it goes. Look how beautiful. It has a little red in it. It has a little bit of red. I like this potato the most. I like when the potato's like nice and crunchy and crisp. You guys, like, you don't understand what's going on. And then this is exactly why somebody asked, why do I keep the shell on? This is why I keep the shell on. Because you could take it and then you could be like, just like that. The shrimp has a little kick to it, but not crazy. I don't like too much spice. This is really, really good. Amazing. Less than 60 minutes. Your shrimp, steak, air fried steak, juicy, moist, and potatoes. All right, let's get to our dessert. And now we are going to have dessert. So we have a couple of scoops of vanilla ice cream, right? ¿Qué reguero que yo tengo aquí? We have a couple of scoops of vanilla ice cream, and then we are going to get our butternut squash. Our butternut squash. And we're just gonna take a couple of pieces and we're just gonna drizzle them down on this vanilla ice cream here. I need that wine and ice cream, yes. Pino Grigio goes perfect with seafood. So do you enjoy? Of course I enjoy my crafts. This is what I love to do. This is my passion. I love to cook. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Tell me if that does not look good. You have the vanilla ice cream and then you have that hot butternut squash. Look at that, guys. Okay, and then we're gonna take a little bit of this vanilla ice cream and we're gonna get a little bit of that squash. The butternut squash is cooked perfectly. Literally perfectly. Yes, I do. That's why you gotta go follow Omaira's Kitchen on YouTube. All right, guys, that's about it. I did your 60-minute meal. Less than 60 minutes. I think I got like 3 more minutes left. We had your appetizers, the stuffed shrimp. I'm gonna show you. We have the stuffed shrimp. Okay. Then we have some steak and our potatoes and our shrimp. Here we go. Our nicely air fried steak. So amazing. You be making. Okay. And then we have your butternut squash with vanilla ice cream. The butternut squash is cooked perfectly. It's amazing. It tastes so good. We didn't add sugar. We just put brown sugar, cinnamon, almond butter, and what else did we put? That's it. Amazing. 3-course meal. You can make that for Valentine's Day for your significant other. Go get my recipe on YouTube. My video will be up by this Sunday. Go follow, go like, go subscribe, go hit that bell button. Thank you so much. Your less than 60-minute meal. Once again, happy Valentine's Day. I know I'm a little early, but remember, you will have a nice meal. That is my 60-minute, guys. I did a 3-course meal, appetizer, entree, and dessert. Less than 60 minutes. God bless. Good night. Hold on 1 second. Wait. Cheers. Peace and love.